Hi, I'm Jason Evert, and if you want to persevere in what you've gained from these conferences, think about it in terms of any human relationship. Like, let's say you fall in love with somebody. At first you meet them, you kind of see them from a distance, there's an interest there, and then you hope maybe I'll get to bump into them again. And then eventually, maybe you start setting time to meet with this person. You start to deepen your friendship, you start falling more in love, but eventually there comes a day we're going to have to make a commitment to this person, where you're going to decide, okay, are we in a relationship or are we not in a relationship? And you make that commitment. And hopefully that commitment happened for you in the past or on this weekend where you're here at the Steubenville conferences. But what happens after the commitment? I mean, that's what we need to look at. If you really want a relationship to deepen, you've got to carve out time. Because I remember when I started dating, I think in 7th grade. And I remember the first girl I ever dated, she actually broke up with me because I forgot that I was dating her. I know it's high maintenance, but I mean, it was like a 6-month relationship, and I had totally forgotten that we were dating, and she dumped me, and for good cause. But don't let this happen in your relationship with Christ, where you forget that you're committed to Him. You've got to be able to go home to carve out time. It's not just going to happen. And so think, okay, can I set my phone to set the alarm off so I wake up 15 minutes earlier and spend it 15 minutes before I go to bed, kind of the bookends of your day to keep your interior life in check. And so you've got to be able to carve out that time. It's not just going to happen. So that interior prayer time, reading the scriptures, spending time before the Blessed Sacrament. Pope John Paul II, the Eucharist was the central point of his whole spirituality. And he said this prayer, he said, help us, Jesus, to understand that in order to do in your church, we first need to learn how to be, that is, in the sweet company of Christ in adoration. And so it's not about doing. We've got to learn how to just sit still sometimes and just be in His presence. Because he said, if we were to neglect the Eucharist, how could we overcome our own deficiency? And so as you go home, get plugged in to the sacraments, to confession on a regular basis. Make sure that you're taking care of your soul. Some people wash their car more devoutly than they clean their soul. Well, oh man, it's been 2 weeks, better clean the Honda. Yeah, when was the last time you went to confession? I think it was last summer at the Steubenville conference. We've got to make sure we're cleaning our soul more often than our car. And so if we've got our prayer life in order, morning prayer, evening prayer, the sacraments, then you're going to be able to take the fire that you gained from that conference and set the world on fire with your zeal. God bless you, and know that you're in my prayers.